What is going on, everybody? All right, what's happening? What is happening, everybody? I got some cool stuff. I got some new tools. I got some new glasses. I got the new Meta glasses. Okay, we're going to discuss how we can use Meta glasses in the electrical field. Stand by for that. I got some really cool tools I want to show. I'll give you a little sneak peek. Check out these new sets of tools, these angle tools. We're going to go over that. I got a nice set of these kind of tools, right angle tools. And we are going to, all right, let's go invite guests. Boom, guests, invite. Hendy the Sparky. All right. What's going on, Sparky? There we go. I think I can see you now. That's it. Chris, you there?
Yeah. Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you now, buddy.
What's up?
What is happening, everybody out there in TikTok land, my electrician brethren, my love, the best things in life, man, being an American and being an electrician. So what's going on? How's everybody doing today? What is happening? Anything happening in the electrical industry we need to know about? First thing I want to do is I want to clear up a couple things. Once I get my camera set here, I want to clear up a couple things. Number one, I make videos for independent electricians. To me, there are two kinds of electricians. There's employed electricians and self-employed electricians. That's it, okay? You either work for someone else or you work for yourself. No longer am I going to say union versus non-union, okay? That's the wrong vocabulary because you guys are comparing me and my success and experience with union contractors because I'm a contractor, I guess, but really I'm just an electrician. I'm just like anybody out there like you that are watching right now if you're an electrician. That's all I am. I don't consider myself a contractor. Although I am a contractor because I'm independent, I'm licensed, I'm insured, I'm bonded, but I work. I'm in the field, okay? A union contractor isn't allowed to be in the field. So I can't compare the two. So I'm talking about the success of just being an electrician. You're either going to get a job for someone or you're going to work for yourself. My videos and my information is what I'm going to teach my son right here. This is my son, Hendy the Sparky. He's my youngest boy, okay? He's
What's up,
new to the
everybody? What's
field.
up?
He's new to the field. And I decided to go on this TikTok because how I'm training him is how I'm going to train you guys. So this comes from my heart. And there's nobody on TikTok world that's going to do this for you, okay? I'm going to give you the same information I'm giving my son. So, and my son has a degree, okay? He could do anything he wants to do, but electrical is the path. And I firmly believe that. AI isn't going to take our place. So I do want to say that. So for now on, I'm going to be talking to the self-employed electrician, and I'm going to guide everybody out there to become their own boss and be self-employed. Whether you're in the uni, you're an apprentice, whether you're a 30-year veteran, you can still go out on your own and become extremely successful. Right, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what do you got in your hand there, man? You keep holding that thing up. Is that the new Fuel M12 Milwaukee driver?
Yeah, I got the Milwaukee M12 impact driver. Look at that.
Okay.
I like it. It's
And
nice and mobile. It's nice and mobile.
what kind of bit is in that? Oh, okay, that's just
I got a
so it's a
Phillips.
quarter-inch drive. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got a Phillips bit in here. Phillips bit.
Okay.
This is the best drill for as an apprentice. This is the best electrical drill. Best drill.
What's going on, Pedro? What's going on, Caesar? What's going on, Bill? What's going on, Tidy? Tidy? Someone named Tidy? What's going on, Tidy? That's an awesome name, man. Tidy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I'm in Miami,
What's
and the weather's been
what's the
absolutely. I guess it's swide right for swide. Okay. Go ahead, Chris. What?
what's the best way to start out as a brand new business? Service calls?
Stay, staying completely small. Staying as lean and as small and as low debt as you can. Don't hire anybody. Don't hire anybody. I don't care who it is. Don't make a commitment to anybody. Don't get into debt. Don't go out and buy a new vehicle. Just stay very small and lean and use your cash flow to grow. Let your cash flow dictate how far and quick you bring your company.
Yeah.
Now you're going to ask me. Now you're going to ask me,
All
how
right.
do you get business, right? How do you get business?
Yeah.
You got to let everybody know you're an electrician. Everybody needs to know
All
you're an
right.
electrician. So your whole inner circle has to know that you're an electrical contractor, and that you're licensed, and that you're confident to do the work. And stay humble and small. And you have to keep your rates in check. Obviously, you're going to have to be a little bit lower rate than most because you're new, right? What's going on, Mark? What's going on, Ken, Richard, Deadwire, Kitty, E Negro, Ibarto, Larry, Gerald, Scout, Jocelyn, Brian, Francis, Derek, Tim? Thank you guys for joining and watching our live. So Chris had asked me, how do you get started in the business?
Yeah.
And that's, well, first thing, you got to get your license, right? You got to get your hours in for your state and get your license. Chris, what are you doing? When are you going to get your license, Chris?
I'm gonna get my license in the fall. Sorry, the light went off. I'm gonna get my license in the fall. I gotta take my master's exam. I gotta study.
Okay, wait a minute. Your light went off because you're in my office and I put in a photo cell or a motion sensor in the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
when you're sitting still, it senses you're not there and it turns the light off on you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
So
look.
I gotta study for my master's electrical exam. How hard is that exam to become a licensed electrical contractor?
What state we talking? New Jersey?
New Jersey, to become a self-employed licensed electrician. How hard is the exam, or how easy is the exam?
Look, if it was easy, it wouldn't be worthwhile. The whole purpose of getting your license is to get the license to steal. Does that sound criminal? License to steal? It does, but it's not. But it's a hustle. It's our hustle, okay? Everybody that's watching this right now, you have a license or get a license to steal because the government mandates that you use licensed professionals. We are licensed professionals. Never forget about that. There's not that many industries out there that require a license. That's why you're not a carpenter. That's why you don't do sheet metal. That's why you don't do roofing. That's why you're not doing snow plowing, right? Or landscaping, because you don't need a
Yeah.
license. Being a licensed person is like being a doctor or a lawyer, right? It's like being, again, you're going to go to your neighbor for a doctor? No, you're going to go to a licensed physician and you're going to pay him, but you don't pay him because you
Yeah.
have insurance. You don't have insurance when it comes to an electrician, so you have to pay us our full rate. So to answer your question, how hard it is, it's not easy, I can tell you that much. But the best thing is just qualifying to take the test should be enough incentive for you. If you're even able to take the test, you're a winner because you're following
Yeah.
the path forward.
Okay. All right. Good to
So,
know. That's good. That's great.
so Chris, you have a degree. So because you have a degree, you need less hours to qualify. I believe if you have a bachelor's degree, I believe you only need 2 years experience, which you're well beyond that, in order to qualify to take your test in New Jersey. Now, in
Okay.
1990, when I took my test, my instructor, and I'll give you guys some tips on how to get your license. My instructor told me that Florida was the hardest to be licensed in, and I have to agree with that. Florida is very, very strict and very difficult to get your license. Florida, they actually do credit checks. You actually have to do a net worth statement. And if you owe money or you have a lot of debts, they will not allow you to get your license until you clean that debt off. For
Yeah.
example, I had a foot injury on the beach. I had stepped on something on the beach, and I went to an urgent care years and years ago, and I owed like
Okay.
$1,800. I didn't know it, but I owed $1,800. So when I went to go get my Florida license, that came up. Said, "Hey, you owe $1,800 to this medical thing. You're not going to get your license until you pay that." And I was like, "What?" And I thought that was
Damn.
really unfair because, look, I'm an older guy, right? I got great credit. I'm established. Could you imagine a new person? Like back in 1990, there was no way I could pass a Florida exam because I would have had bad credit, you know? But in New
Yeah. It's
Jersey,
very.
I didn't see them do the credit check as much in New Jersey. Now, of course, it's been many years since I did mine, but I'm not sure if credit has anything to do with it. But apparently, a felony doesn't matter. I had misspoken and said if you had a felony, you can't get your electrical license, but that's not true. What's going on, Jason? How are you, man?
What's up, Jason?
Uh, will lose their subscription benefit soon? I don't understand what that is. Hey, thank you for the rose, Richard. I really appreciate that, dude. Anything you can send us is nice, man, because we're new on this and we don't know what we're doing, but we're expert electricians and we're going to give you information that's going to stay with you for a lifetime.
That's someone asked, how do you get non-union jobs?
Well, most jobs are non-union. 95% of all the jobs are non-union. What's going on, brother? How you doing, Jason? Thank you. Vacationing in Mexico with my lovely wife. Nice, man. I have a Latina too, bro. Love the content. Thank you for it. Thank you, Jason. I got a Latina too, man. In fact, that's my son's mom, right? She's from Ecuador. I love my Latinas. So, congratulations on being married to one. I'm sorry, Chris. I got distracted from that comment. You asked me what was that question again about the union jobs?
Yeah, yeah,
Most jobs are non-union. There's very few union jobs. The union works in their own little piece of the world. They work in the very big, heavy utility, big, heavy industry. They're doing the warehouses, they're doing all the really big monster jobs, and you want them to do that, right? I don't want to compete with that. I don't want to do that
yeah.
kind of work. But any work, most all work is non-union.
Most work is non-union. All
How do
right.
you get rich? How do you get rich? I got a question here from Josie Juke. How do you get rich as an electrician? Watch my video I posted yesterday. That's how you get rich as an electrician. When you get done with this podcast, click on my profile and watch what I posted yesterday. It's a 10-minute video, but that's exactly how you get rich as an electrician, my friend. What if any state has a license that is recognized in other states because it sets the bar high? Well, that's true. That is called reciprocity. So Richard had asked about maybe a state can recognize your license, and that they do happen. New Jersey, I think like New Jersey, California, Texas, and Florida, I believe are the strongest licenses as far as requirements. Not saying we know more or less than anybody, but there's just an extra step, I believe, in those states. I know in New Jersey and in Florida, it's pretty coveted. Now, New Jersey just didn't automatically reciprocate with Florida. I believe Texas does. Oklahoma, I think, does. There's a few states that if you're already licensed, you can just apply. You can contact the Board of Electrical Contractors and you can see if you can get your license transferred in the state. Ornelas, Richard Ornelas. You know what? I had an employee, man. That was Luciano, huh? I would say the highest rated license could either be California or Florida or Texas. So once you get your master's license, this is from Lewis. What's going on, Lewis? General contractor. Thank you for that, guys. Thank you for these comments. Sorry, Chris, I'm
Yeah.
just reading this off the screen. Bear with me. We'll get
Yeah,
further.
yeah, yeah.
So once you get your master's license, do you still need your contractor's license? No. Once you're an electrical contractor, um, you don't need you. That is your contractor's license. So if you're a general contractor, you would need both. All right. So if you're in Florida and you want to be a general contractor, which is difficult, that's a difficult test because you're able to build high rises then to get that monster master general contractor is a tough pill. Now there's two different kinds. There's ones where you can build houses and up to a few stories, and then there's one that you can build high rises. So if you want to be a builder and an electrician, you'd need both.
Okay, okay.
You got one, Chris? I got a couple here, but I'll. Do you
Yeah.
have a question you want to ask?
No, I'm right now. I'm just learning from you as well. You're the old school, and you know the knowledge. So
Okay, Jason sent me how much liquid and cash in the bank would you recommend having when starting your own company and becoming self-employed, working for someone isn't for me forever. Um, Jason, first off, you're in an excellent spot because you're an electrician. So you're a winner. Anybody who's watching me right now that is an electrician, pat yourself on the back. Because look, we have a brain. We're electricians, right? We fearlessly manipulate and handle live electricity. We keep the world running. So, number one, thank you. You're welcome. You're just phenomenal. Sorry, I'm reading something else. Um, how much liquid cash? That's a tough question. Um, okay, two scenarios here. You're working for a guy right now and you're surviving, right? You're not thriving, you're surviving. Until you become self-employed from employed, you're surviving. So keep surviving. And what you want to do is you want to get a vehicle. Be nice if you could get a used vehicle. Now don't go into any debt. We don't want any debt. If it's too late, if you guys already got into some debt, you're already committed to it, you have to follow through because you want to keep your credit. But you don't need much liquid cash at all to get started in this business because our business is right here. Okay, it's right here and it's right here. We don't need a lot of capital to get started, right? We need a good set of tools, we need a voltmeter, and we need our experience. We also need to learn how to deal with customers. We also need to learn how to act. We're actors as electricians. We need to be able to act however our customers want us to be because we're getting paid. So you don't need much liquid cash at all, my friend, but you don't want to be put in a position because it's really scary when you give up on that paycheck. When you quit your job and you work for yourself and you give up that paycheck, that's a scary time, my friend, but that's very short-lived.
it's true. It's true.
One journeyman and one van. Okay. Daryl wrote, I have been working for 2 years and I want to go for my own too. Yeah, okay. So you've been working for 2 years. Get your skills up, right? You need a few more years under your belt. Hopefully, you're not working for an idiot. Hopefully, you're working for someone that you can survive with. Again, guys, in the beginning, you're surviving. You're not thriving. You're going to thrive when you get your own license and you become self employed. That's when we profit. That's when we thrive in this business, not before. But you have to pay your dues. There's no jump start, there's no quick start to this. This is not buying Bitcoin and getting lucky, okay? This is about your life skills and how you manipulate it, and you bring it out and you get paid for those skills. So this is if you guys out there that are just getting started, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're paying your dues. Just think about it as like going to college.
Yeah.
Chris, you can talk about that. You went to school for 4 years at Rowan. Tell us about that experience.
4-year university, guys. It was a great time. Went freshman year, sophomore, junior, senior, and it was a great time. But however, after college, I realized that, you know, some people just have different paths, and the blue collar life was for me. So I
Mhm.
chose going the blue collar route, and I saw a lot of financial opportunities and success now. So I'm going this route.
So, and you also didn't incur debt that way because I paid for your education, but a lot of people in your position would be straddled or stuck with a lot of student loan debt. So you didn't have to do that. So, um, someone asked me, is $25 a good salary in Miami? I say it is. I mean, look, I know they say California $20 an hour to flip hamburgers, but okay, but what are you getting out of that? You quit that job, what? You're going to go flip more hamburgers for $20 an hour? So don't let that intimidate you guys. I don't care if you're making 12, 15, $20. It doesn't matter what you're making right now. What matters is if you're learning. Are you getting up and are you going to work and are you engaging? Do you know what you're doing? Or you just show up and you're just like, I hate this. I hate this. It's a drag. And you're not learning anything. You're just putting your time in. Then $25 an hour is not enough. But if you're learning and you're working towards a career path to become a licensed electrician, absolutely it's worth it. $25 is plenty of money.
Yeah.
Someone wrote me, Richard, what's going on, Richard? Again, thank you, dude. Thank you, Richard, for all these questions. I love it, man. Thank you. How long until you start
Richard.
seeing a profit? How long should you be prepared to give it a call? Um, you should always be profiting. Always be profiting. If you're already on your own and you're self-employed, you shouldn't be doing any job without a profit unless you made a mistake and that's your fault and you learned from it. So even though you're new and you might be new in business and you're out working and you've lost money on a job, you certainly learned something. So you have to contribute that or attribute that to your paying your dues still because you made a mistake. You underbid or
That's true.
I got a live video violation. As a reminder, please ensure your live displays describes the products you're listing in your content or shop. Confirm. What does that mean? Guys, do I have any live products showing here on my I got a warning from TikTok here. Well, I don't see anything on my
The
thing. I don't know what
voltmeter.
I
We got a
did.
voltmeter.
I do?
Look, we got the tester here. Here's the non-contact tester, guys. Here it is, right here. Guys, check
Well,
out the link in the description. All electricians need a non-contact tester. All right. I personally like this one. It's nice. It's got a little LCD display to it. Yep, see that LCD display? Always got to carry one of these as an electrician, whether you're an apprentice. You need one of these. You don't want to get zapped out there.
I agree with that. You know what? I didn't spend a lot of time with that Testman, okay? And I would say the only way you would buy that is if you're a mother or a father or you have a relative who's an electrician or a DIYer and you want just something you can put in your junk drawer to just use in emergency in a pinch. I wouldn't be using that in the field. I don't have enough history. Look, old school, it has to be proven for me. It has to be either Fluke or Klein or Ideal. It has to be a proven company for me that will stand behind it. This company, who knows what would happen if that thing were to fail? Is there any recourse? Can you get anything back from this company? Now, that being said, that's perfect for the junk drawer. That's perfect for your toolbox. It's perfect for your garage. But that's not perfect for you to bring into, if you're a professional, you're not going to buy that. But if you're a mother of someone who's new in the business, you buy that. If you're a father, you're a cousin, you're a grandmother, grandfather, and your kids are thinking about getting into the electrical business, or your husband is starting to do his own electric work, you buy that for him. You buy that right now. Click on that link and you buy it. But if you are a professional electrical contractor like we are, don't buy that. Go to even Home Depot and get the Klein. Hey, I'm sorry if I'm promoting it. I have to be honest with you. Okay, just like I say to my son, Would I want my son using that, or would I want him to use a fluke non-contact voltage tester? And
Yeah.
again, these are like the secondary authentication, right? Whatever. We know how when you go on an app and it sends you a text message and you have to paste it. That's kind of like what these tools are. These aren't the be all end all. A voltmeter is what you use, a proper fluke voltmeter. Okay, guys, I want to show you something new that I got. I don't know who's here, 23 people. I want to show you some new features that I got, and we're going to talk about this real quick. And I got a new set of tools. Okay?
Oh, okay. What's
Now
that?
these are set of angled pliers.
Angled
Okay?
pliers. Whoa.
Yeah. So I'll take out the pair of dikes. Now, I didn't get these on the TikTok shop. I got these on Amazon. These are very inexpensive. Very inexpensive.
All
So
right.
I think the purpose of these is to ergonomic, you know,
Yeah.
having in your hand, because one thing we have to look out for, guys, as electricians is carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, carpal tunnel syndrome is when you get a lot of pain here because our forearms are everything, right? We really are, our squeeze, our strength in our hands. And in fact, if you're a new electrician or you want to become an electrician or a fireman or anybody that's going to work with their hands, I recommend you get those grips and you squeeze and build up because we do a lot of pulling, we do a lot of work in our field. So ergonomically, I think that's where these would come in handy. If I'm doing something repetitive, now I wouldn't want these in my tool pouch. I don't think I would keep these in my tool pouch.
Nah.
But if I'm on a desk and I'm doing repetitive work where I have to open up a lot of tie wraps or I'm snipping around doing the same type of work, this seems nice. But this one is really cool. This one I would keep in my tool belt. This one I really like.
The needle nose?
Needle nose. What I like about these needle nose, let me see if I can get the camera to show you, is like I don't know if you can see me. Let me change this little view right here on my camera. You know what's a drag? I tell you what the drag is. The drag is, guys, I just bought all these fancy cameras, man. I just bought all these fancy cameras to show you guys stuff. I just bought these. These were like $400 a piece, these things, right? And I can't get them to work with this live. I'm going to work on it, but
That little
these will
camera
get
right
better.
there?
Yeah, that camera was $400. That tiny too, almost
All right.
$400. Now, let me talk about these now. What I like about this is I know traditional needle nose, my hand is in the way sometimes. If I'm eye level and I have to go into a box to grab a conductor or a snake, I can see clearly, visibly right down the path. I like that. You follow me? So these I love. This was worth the set just by getting these, because again, I can easily look in, I can see right over the top. My hand is below me, so I have an excellent view and I can pull out. I like that. It has some serrated edges,
That's
it
nice.
has a cutting blade. Yeah. And we're talking like $7 for these guys. Cheap. This whole kit was like $15. It was on sale. And then the last piece of it is I can't endorse these. They're too skinny of a face for linemen's. Look how thin that face is. So I can't see
That
using these. So this I would
little.
see this is kind of worthless.
What are you gonna
This I
do with it?
like though.
You're gonna keep those tools?
Nah, yeah, I'm gonna keep them. I never return. You never know. So if I return these, next thing I know, I'm going to need angled linemen's or something.
All right, all right.
Anyway, these are a three-piece set by
I
Aries.
I like me just the normal stuff. I got my normal alignments here. As an
What do you got,
apprentice,
Chris?
as an
What do you have
apprentice,
there?
I got the normal stuff. I don't like the right angled dikes. I got the normal dikes. I got the normal alignments. Uh, Normal needle nose. All right. And let's see what I got. This is from my tool belt. This is what I keep in my tool belt at all times. All right. These 4 tools. I got strippers. I got needle nose. I got dikes, also known as diagonal cutters and linemans. These are the 4 tools I got. I keep these
Nice.
all times, no matter what. These are the go-tos.
What's going on, Day? I'm 28 years old. You guys think it's too old to start my studies for the journeyman exam? What are you kidding me? You're a kid. I'm 59 years old. You're a kid at 28 years old. I started my journey when I was 27 on my own. I got my license and I started business when I was 27 years old. A little bit sooner than that, but 28, you're still a kid, dude. You're young.
Your day, you get that license. Get that license, bro.
All right, Chris, we're going to talk
Gonna
now
pay it
about
off.
these meta. I'm going to talk about these new meta glasses I just got. Chris, you haven't seen these. I just picked these up today.
Meta
Hey,
glasses?
Chris, when
I want.
when you're looking at me, do you see all those other squares, or is it just me and you on the screen?
I see other squares.
Yeah, that's a drag, man.
Yeah, I
Who
don't know
wants to
why.
watch live like that?
I don't know what the hell.
Let's see. Let me play around for a minute, guys. Is it okay to start as an electrical shop helper? Are you kidding me? Of course. What's the best way to build credit with the supply house? What's going on, Austin?
What
What's
the
going on,
hell?
guys? Let me go back to these questions real quick. Is it okay to start off as an elect? Are you kidding me? Of course it is. Just starting is starting your journey. Start off with a helper. Start off with a broom. Watch and engage. Go and look and join videos like this. Join lives like this. Talk with professionals. What's the best way to build credit with the supply house? Well, let me tell you something, Austin. Austin, if you're still here, when I started, I had terrible credit, man. Terrible credit. I was below bankruptcy when I started. You know what I did? I went into my supply house and I went into a smaller supply house. It was called From Electric. What's going on, Ocean? Thank you so much for that rose. Thank you. From Electric. What's going on, Enoch? What's going on, everybody? How you doing, man? From Ghana. Welcome. Um,
Oh shit.
and what I did, here's what I did. Austin, listen to me, Austin, if you're out there and you're trying to build credit with a supply house. Austin sent me a great question, an important question, guys. I need you to listen to this answer. So you're a new contractor, you got your license, and now you need credit at the supply house. Absolutely, you need credit at the supply house. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick the smallest supply house. Try to pick a mom and pop supply house. Try to pick one that hasn't been bought out by a conglomerate yet. And go in there and meet the owner. You're going to go in there and you're going to meet the owner. You're going to make an appointment and you're going to go in there with a copy of your license, a copy of your business permit, a copy of your insurance, a copy of your bond, and yourself, okay? And you're going to go in there and ask him humbly and you're going to say, listen, I want to establish credit. I need at least $1,000 credit to start. And they should be hands down happy and willing to give you at least $1,000 credit if you have terrible credit, right? They should. Thank you, Ocean, for the lightning. Thank you for that, bro. Thank you so much for sending that, guys. Again,
Ocean.
starting off, Chris, I see you fine even when your light goes off. Starting off, guys, you don't need a major monster credit line. You shouldn't be taking on jobs that need you to have your credit line, okay? And you want to make sure that whatever job you take, and this is something I couldn't do in the beginning, but try not to take on a job where if you don't get paid, you don't pay your supplier. You don't want to be in that position. So you want a low credit line, start off with $1,000 credit line and pay it immediately. Pay it immediately, okay? Pay it as soon as you get the bill. You get the bill, it comes in home in your mailbox, pay it right away. And you can get a 2% discount by doing so. It's called Net 10. If you pay your supply house within 10 days of receipt of the bill, you would get a 2% discount. In fact, if you don't, you demand it. All right? And also consider maybe using a debit card or a credit card so you can earn some points. So again, go in there very humbly, go in there with all your documentation, okay? Because you're a licensed electrical contractor, you're somebody. You're not fly by night. That's why our insurances are reasonable. We're highly in demand. We're coveted. We're needed. And the supply house needs you. They need professional electricians. They don't want you going to Home Depot. They want you there. So just go in there with all your documentation and say, hey, Mr. Supply House owner, I'm somebody, I'm a licensed electrical contractor. That should be enough for him. If I owned a supply house and you came in with me with those documents, you got $1,000 credit without me even checking. I don't care if your credit's $300. I don't care if you just had a car repoed. I'm definitely going to give you that credit. But I'm going to expect prompt payment from you. Don't drag those kind of stuff out.
That's good advice. Yeah. Gotta always, I mean, it's always you want to get the best credit you can.
Who's Ocean 2 Wavy? How you doing, Uncle Garrett? Danny. What's going on, guy? I appreciate you watching this, man. We're doing good, pal. Got family members here watching. All right, guys, we're going to finish this up in a few minutes. I want to talk about my new Meta glasses.
Yeah, let me see those. I want those really badly. I want those Meta glasses.
I spent $2,000
on the Meta glass.
I had to get $2,000 I spent here in Brickell City Center. These are Cartier, and I already had them, but I updated the lenses. I don't know if you saw that video. So $2,000 was new lenses for my Cartiers and this Meta glasses, but they're prescription.
The Meta prescription?
Yeah, these are prescription.
Oh, I think the Meta.
Oh yeah. Oh, it already connected. What's up? Yes, it did. It already connected.
Dude, I need those. I want those.
Yes, I can hear you right here. I'm going to touch this side. I can raise the volume. Oh, okay. I'm going to capture right now. I'm going to take a picture. Take a picture.
I need those Meta glasses.
I just took a picture. I could hear it in my head. Okay. I'm going to do a video now. Okay, I'm videoing right now. Is the light on? Can you see oh yeah, can you see the light on in my eyes? Right here. You see it, Chris?
Yeah. I can tell you're recording.
You see the light on in my eyes? Because I'm recording right now.
Yeah, those are tough though. I like those.
Oh, I couldn't hear you. I was recording when I did that, so I couldn't hear you, because when I was recording, it was surrounding, so it wasn't recording here. But that light went on when I did that, right? Could you see the light?
Yeah, no, I see that light right now. It looks. I can tell.
No. There's a little light right here. Let me see when I'm going to start recording and see if you can see that light go on.
No, I can see it. I see it.
Let me turn this off.
Those are tough.
No? Okay. No? You couldn't see the light?
I can see it.
Okay, so now I can say, hey, Meta.
Were they worth it?
How many number 10 wires can I put in 3/4 inch EMT conduit? I can fit 4 number 10 wires in a 3/4 inch EMT conduit.
No way.
Yeah.
No
Watch
way.
This.
You can fit a lot more than that.
No, only 4. 4 number 10 in a 3/4 inch EMT conduit. That's what it just said. Let me ask it again.
No way.
Oh, no, wait. That's the wrong one. Hey, Meta. How many number 4 THHN conductors can I put inside a 3/4 inch EMT conduit?
You could fit 12 number 4 THHN conductors inside
12.
3/4 inch EMT conduit.
12 now it said. Because I had specified before it said 4, but now it's 12. So you can put 12 number 10 conductors, you're right, Chris, inside a 3/4 inch
Yeah,
conduit.
12.
This is amazing,
That's
man.
that's still a lot of wire in a conduit.
I know, right? Could you imagine running that many wires in there? Could you imagine having to jam 12 number 10s in a 3/4 inch conduit and pulling it around 3 elbows?
Nah, that's why I'm getting the. That's why I got now in the van, Dad. I got the automatic snake.
Guys, let me
Automatic
bring you
snake.
outside. Let me share a little bit of Miami with you guys while I'm out there.
I got the automatic snake for that stuff. Wire snake. But yeah, man, it's been good as an apprentice. It's been good as electrical apprentice, learning a lot.
Wow, so cool, man. These are nice. I like these little glasses. So apparently I'm going to be able to look at a bundle of like conduit and I can say, hey, Meta, what am I looking at? And it will tell me what I'm looking at. So that'll be the next. So let me do a little bit of homework and a little bit of research with this. I'm going to post some videos on TikTok with these.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk around Brickell and I'm going to see, I can take a recording and then I'm going to post. They say you can also stream live. I don't know if you can. What's going on, Eric?
I need those.
All right.
I need those.
Thank you guys for sending us stuff. Look, we're winding down here. And Chris, what do you want to do to finish it up?
We could just talk about.
Oh, wait. You know what? When I started putting my glasses away, it disconnected. I couldn't hear you. I got to wear these now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when you fold the glasses up like this, it shuts them off. And here I'm connected to you. All right, so last words of encouragement for all my electricians out there. Guys, look, remember, nothing in life is easy. Everything takes time to get there. I'm proof that you can get there. I'm an average person, but I just have that personality to go get it. Enoch, I'd love to have you join my class, pal. We're going to have some stuff coming up, and that will be able to help. What's up, Wapo? How you doing, buddy? But yeah, stay in touch, Enoch. We're going to be offering a lot of stuff. We're new on this platform and social media. People are asking me for private consultations. I'm going to come up and maybe I'm going to have someone maybe film some classes. I want to do a curriculum and then offer it to beginners to how they could get started in the electrical field. What's going on, Wapo? Wapo asks, any unions in Rochester, New York City? I don't know. I thought Rochester, you know what, those towns might have their own, like Rochester Electric, right? Rockland Electric, not Rochester. I'm not sure. If you have any questions about union, I'm not the guy. I have no idea. I'm not really pro-union. I'm not anti-union. I'm just more anti-employed electricians. I want to see guys out there going on their own and becoming self-employed, because the difference between an employed electrician and a self-employed electrician is survival and thriving. If you want to thrive and be successful and have places all around the world and be able to travel and have incredible benefits in retirement and do everything you want, you need to be self-employed. Okay, so remember that. Remember when you're frustrated and you're ready to quit this field, and you're ready to quit no matter what your field is, guys. Even if you're not going to be an electrician, if you're going to be anything you want to be in life, remember there's time and dues that you need to pay. Okay, and part of it as an electrician is the crap you have to deal with in the beginning because you're learning. All right, and you're earning while you're learning. What's going on, Phone On Lab? How you doing, pal? Appreciate you joining our live. Anybody have any other questions before we end it?
You got to learn. You got to make mistakes in order to learn.
You know, you made a mistake, Chris, and you know we talked about that when you drilled up through the hardwood floor in that house.
I drilled up at someone's floorboard.
But you probably won't do that again, right?
Yeah, now I learned my lesson. I gotta instead use a pilot bit and you know, first a pilot bit through the wall.
Well, a smaller hole, if anything, right? Instead of that big, what you had like an inch bit or 7/8 inch bit you were using as you were trying to run an EV charger line, right?
Inch paddle bit. I had a 1-inch paddle bit.
Yeah. So you always want to use like a 1/4 inch, a 3/16 inch feeler bit whenever you're trying to snake. If you want to pass a wire from the second floor down into the basement, right? You have to. What I would like to do. Let's say I'm gonna move my camera here. Let's say I want to run a wire. Let's say from this soffit, and I want to run it down here. Okay. What I can do is I could add an outlet. I could maybe install an old work box here, which would give me a hand hole. It would allow me to be able to put my hand in there so that if someone's up on the second floor pushing down, I could kind of put my hand here and feel and pull the wire out. And then I can drill another hole down into the basement. So that's one way you can say to the customer, hey, I can install an outlet there for you, and you can get an additional charge for that.
Right.
What's going on, Payment? At Payment. What's going on? What's going on, B-Face? How you doing? Thank you so much for joining our fledgling live.
Live. We're live. We live.
You know, let's do something real quick also, you know, bonding. In New Jersey, we require a $1,000 bond. And it's very simple to get and very cheap to get. So I know that when you get your license, you have to get a bond. So make sure you Google surety bond for your state and your field, if it's electricians. And they're very competitive rates. They're very cheap. It's like $30 for 3 years, something like that.
All right. Good to know.
So Chris, are you thinking about maybe joining
Union?
a class to take your test?
Yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, taking a class before taking the electrical exam. I think that's smart. To study for it.
Yeah, you definitely want to do that. You definitely want to take a class before you take your test. Absolutely. Yeah. And I would recommend in-person class if you can. I don't know if people do that anymore. Maybe I should do that. You know, an in-person class forces you to engage. It forces you to pay attention. When you do stuff online, a lot of times you're not focused. You're on TikTok. You're watching a video game. Your kids are yelling in the background. The wife is... You really need a space where you go and you dedicate yourself for 10 weeks, 8 weeks, for 2 hours a week and learn how to take the test in your state.
Yeah. You want to, you know, what even is the passing score for a licensed electrical contractor in New Jersey?
I think it's 75. I believe it's 75 or 77. I'm not sure. I know I got an 83 when I did mine. Now it's different though. I did mine in 1990, way before you guys were born. And it was just one test. It wasn't multiple part test. It was one jam session. It was like 5 hour, 6 hours sitting. It was brutal. But I was prepared for it. I took a class with a gentleman. He was fantastic. He was in Cranford, New Jersey, right off the Parkway. And I went to a church. There was a church there, and he would reserve a room in a church, and there was about 30 or 40 of us. And this guy would show up every Wednesday from like 7 to 9, and he would teach us how to take the test. He would actually show us the hot spots starting from the beginning of the code book and kind of work its way through. And we would give sample questions. He would have sample questions. And if anybody out there is going to be taking their test, you should write down a question or remember a question and submit it online to people so they know, what type of questions are out there.
Like how many wires fit in a 4-inch box? How many number 10s fit in a 4-inch box?
Look, when you get to a question like that where you have to look, because who remembers that? No one knows that. You got to look on the book for that, right? Or you got to ask Google what it is. So that kind of stuff now isn't as important. What I would do is, and this is what I tell anybody who asks me, if you're going to sit down and take your test, you want to rip through that test. Yeah. You want to rip through that. You want to rip through that test as fast as you can, as soon as you sit down. Boom, sit down at Pearson VUE, you hit that start button, boom, you rip through it. Question 1, boom. If you don't know it, you put the letter C.
Yeah.
If you do know the answer, you put the answer. If you don't know the answer, you mark letter C and you put a check mark next to it and you go back to it later. Rip through every question, man. Fast. Anything that requires you to open up the book and look, you do later. Do all the simple vanilla ice cream questions, because if you're ready to sit down and take your test, you got skills, you got knowledge, you're going to do well on the test. Those questions that ask you about conduit fill or, any type of trick question or the difference between free air and in conduit and underground, whatever those kind of things you have to look at the code book, just pass on that. But don't leave the question blank. Make sure you put C, just use C and a check mark next to it and then go back to it at the end. That way, if you run out of time, you don't leave an unanswered question.
Yeah, because I think the exam is timed. It's a timed exam. You can't.
Hell yeah, it's time. And in fact, I failed in Florida my first time around because I had no idea what time it was. And they're not going to help you and hold your hand and tell you how to take the test. They don't care. They make money. They profit from you. They don't want you to fail, but if you fail, you rebook, they get more money. So that's the other thing you need to do. Make sure you watch YouTube and learn how to take a Pearson VUE test.
Yep. That's what YouTube's got everything now. YouTube has everything.
I can't get any traction on YouTube, man. I got like 820 followers on YouTube. I cannot get traction on YouTube. I don't know why. I guess because I'm a nobody, that's fine. But I try to give information out, right? I got good information to give out to people.
YouTube electricians. Electrician life.
What's going on, Junior? All right, Chris, we're dwindling down here. There's like 6 people watching us. Let's end it. It's 9 o'clock. We use our hour up. Guys, we're going to be here next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. This time we're going to try to do a little bit better. We might be doing some small lives in between, trying to tweak it out because I don't like the way this screen is.
Yeah.
With all these people here, I can't show you things well because the screen is too small. But thank you so much, guys, for sending me those hearts and stars and whatever you sent me, the lightning bolt. No one's ever sent me anything. Thank you so much for that. It still says I have 0 out of 5. I don't know what that means. That means I'm like a terrible live. No one's ever sent anything, and I don't know how to do it. But all right, Chris, hold down the fort, man. Love you, dude. And I'll see you later. See you later, pig.
All right, yo.
See you guys. See you guys and girls. See you, electricians.